Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alan, and if this is your first time, please hit that subscribe button, like and share. Today I have an interesting guest, and let her introduce herself.
Hello, my name is Cynthia. I'm a Ugandan, and I'm so happy and privileged to be here today.
Actually, we have been friends. Me and Cynthia, we have been friends now 2 years and a half, yeah. But we will get into that. So just to begin with, I have a couple of questions that I want to ask Cynthia. She's going to tell us about her life. Where did you study from?
I studied in Uganda. I did a Bachelor of Business Administration at Makerere University Business School. And the Harvard of Africa, just so you know.
Do you have any responsibilities in the university?
I actually didn't really have any responsibilities at the university. I remember the only certificate that I ever got as an award was when I attended a financial forum conference. But needless to say, I was a very shy and timid girl at the university, so I didn't really have any positions.
What was your first step after your university?
Of course, just like any other youth, my plan after the university was to start working and establish my career.
Okay,
yes.
Let's talk about your career.
Can I talk about my first temporary jobs or just my first official job?
No, actually your first, like your
official
first salary,
job.
your first salary, where did it come from?
My very first salary?
Yeah, after university.
That's a broad question. My first source of income or first salary?
She's a girl, so I can understand. Okay.
Not in that sense.
Okay, where did you go to work?
I got my bachelor's, but sadly I had to sit home for about 5 months before I actually landed myself an actual job.
And how was 5 months? How was 5 months?
Actually, the 5 months felt like a decade to me because I was not used to just sitting home doing nothing. I always wanted to be productive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as far as, because me and Cynthia, we haven't met in Uganda. The first time I saw Cynthia was in India. So tell us, how did you get to travel to India, and tell us about the whole experience? Did you just wake up one day and then you apply and get a job?
Okay, so as soon as I landed that first job of mine as an accounts assistant at Novus, immediately I started looking for opportunities abroad. What has always triggered or made me desire to work and live abroad is because I happen to have a number of relatives who have been living and working abroad, and they've always sung praises, for when it comes to opportunities abroad.
And then you are like, India?
Not really. So I actually never thought about going to India before. It would have never crossed my mind in a million years that I would even ever go to India. So initially I was looking for opportunities in the UK, Canada, the States. So the thing is, how did I get to know about the opportunity in India? I was trying to look for opportunities through LinkedIn and whatnot. And then I get a notification request, people you may know, but I actually didn't know this person. This person was an HR recruitment specialist in TCS India for the ACE program. So I was like, what to do? So I just connected with this person randomly. When I connected with him, he started to advertise opportunities: ACE program, service desk analysts, English speaking level 1, IT support. Eventually, I just sent the guy a DM. I'm like, hello, my name is Cynthia. I'm interested in the opportunity that you just posted. So luckily, the guy was nice enough to respond to me instantly. So we started to chat. I shared my CV with him. And then he told me, yeah, actually, your CV looks good. And then he said he would share it with the responsible people, and then they would get back to me. So I wait, I think 3 months later, he contacts me, and then he tells me they are going to send you an email. They reviewed your CV and it's good, so they're going to send you an email. Then I get an email, and then they ask me what time I would be available to have interviews, etc. I made this story. I also have a testimony within, because as a matter of fact, I was rejected 2 times when I applied for this opportunity.
Just 2 times?
Yeah, 2 times. But for the 3rd time, I got it.
Does it matter when you're applying for a job?
Yes, it does.
In which
because first of all, the CV speaks speaks for you as well. Initially, before the interviewers or recruiters get to know you, they are going to read through your CV to get to know you through your CV.
Okay.
So eventually, when they speak to you, like on a one-on-one call, you would need to back up what is written down and who you actually are. Okay. So the CV really matters as well.
Okay. Tell us about India in general, about the culture shock in India, because everyone who goes to India, they always tell us about the culture shock. They always tell us about the spices. Like, how was your life in India? Because I believe you spent 1 year in India, right?
Yes, I did.
How was it? Tell us.
As a matter of fact, okay, when I got the opportunity, I was excited, but then I was scared as well.
Like
because like everybody else. I mean, this is India. It's like a very difficult country,
and it's your first time to travel, right?
Not really.
You have been to US before. She has been to US, Canada.
No, I haven't been to the US or Canada yet. Yeah.
Okay, so now you land in India. What like?
Okay, so I reach India. Somebody from ISEC picks me up from the airport. So the first thing that really hit me was the heat. I thought I was from a hot country, but when I reached India, the heat was extreme. Yeah. I think when I got to India, it was about 38 degrees.
Which month was it?
April. To 2018. And considering the state where I was heading to, New Delhi, that's pretty hot. So I reached the airport and it was super hot, And I get to my hotel. I'm trying to get something to eat. And gosh, it was spicy. I was hungry, but I failed to eat the food because the spices were so hot. The food was so hot. So I failed to eat the food. And that was the first thing that worried me. I was like, how will I survive diet-wise in this country?
Okay, and besides the spices, because we believe that Indians, not everyone speaks English. So did you have any problems speaking with Indians or interacting with people?
Actually, I would say that the educated Indians, or like the Indians within the corporate environment, are able to speak English.
That's great.
Yeah, but the medium and the average and the low income, it's really, when it comes to the language, it's really difficult.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about the cost of living? How is the cost of living in India?
Actually, the cost of living in India is almost equivalent to the cost of living in Uganda. So
it's affordable.
Yeah, very affordable.
Okay, right now we are in Hungary. So we want to know, how did Cynthia manage to come from India? Because this is too much of a luck. So tell us, how did you manage to come to Hungary?
I landed the opportunity to come here still through TCS India, because in India I was doing an internship for 1 year. But there is an opportunity to apply for full-time employment, what is commonly known as absorption here. Yes, so when I was in India, towards the end of my ACE program or internship program, I applied for the absorption of full-time employment to come to Hungary. So the process actually took quite a while, so I had to go back to Uganda first. Waited for about 1 month, and then I did my interviews for the opportunity here. So I spent about 4 months in Uganda till I eventually came here.
Did you have friends, or did you have prior knowledge, like what is it in Hungary, or which language they speak?
Luckily, I had friends I was with in India before who had come here before me, so it was pretty smooth for me when I got here because they were very helpful.
Okay, I believe we are almost done. But now we have some interesting questions here. So if I may ask Cynthia, how would you encourage someone who wants to travel, or who is back in the country, back in Uganda, and would really want to travel, would really want to work abroad? Maybe he's stuck in Uganda, he doesn't have a job, she doesn't have a job, and she's like, I really need to travel. Like, what are the first steps?
Oh, that's a tricky one. Sometimes it may not be that easy for you to get an opportunity abroad. But however, what I can advise people out there is don't fail to try. Okay, if you see an opportunity like applying for a scholarship, even if you happen to know maybe a friend, even if you're not that close to them, maybe it's an OB or OG from your former school, you can always just drop a query in their DM and try to find out how they made it or how they got abroad. Yeah, so don't hesitate to try out the opportunities. It may not be that easy, you might not have the luck there and then, but yeah, just don't hesitate to try. Switch to whatever you want to do.
Yeah, and of course, like in Europe or in most of the big companies, they will train you. So even if you don't have visibility about what the job is, they will train you, they give you time, and then when you learn, then you can start the job. Of course, as we are winding up, again, if this is your first time, please hit that subscribe button, like and share, give some comments. And one more thing that Cynthia would like to ask before we finish, how has COVID really affected you as a person, or your relatives, your friends? Because I mean, we are in this pandemic period for now, like 1.5 years, and I can see you're still smiling. Tell us, like, how has COVID affected you positively and negatively?
I will start with the positive part. So COVID, because considering the fact that you're subjected to being more of indoors because of the situation, it has actually enabled me to self-evaluate myself more. You know, to push myself more when it comes to doing certain things. Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, before I used to be a very timid and shy person. Not that I've conquered that 100%, but I've really made progress, you know? Yeah, and all this was due to the self-evaluation that I've been able to do during this lockdown because of the pandemic.
Okay, and the negative part?
The negative part is not being able to see people, not being able to travel. I mean, honestly, I had so many plans for the year 2020. I thought I would travel here and there, you know, just to explore and whatnot. But because of the pandemic, I haven't been able to do that. Yeah, so the whole thing about not being able to see people, not being able to travel or go wherever I want, yeah, has really been tough.
All right, thank you, Cynthia. How would you describe yourself?
Okay, so I'm actually a very simple person. I'm quite versatile. So I can easily relate with any kind of person. Humble people, the crazy people, yeah. I'm very simple and versatile, so yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Cynthia. For all we have. Catch me next week. I'll be dropping another video on my YouTube channel. You can also follow Cynthia on Instagram. Do you have Instagram?
Yes, I do.
Okay, could you please tell us your Instagram handle?
It's Cynthia_Luswata.
Okay.
Thank you.
And you can also follow my Instagram. It's alancats.ug. And of course, if you have any question, you can always drop it in my Instagram or on YouTube channel. Thank you and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.